Make you obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
That can be misleading sometimes if the fighter with the muscles is therefore not quite as quick as the guy who's loose. So we'll wait to see whether Haney's added muscle is actually going to be a tremendous new asset for him. But surely he and his dad believe that's going to be the case.
He looks massive in there, Jim, and Devin told me before the fight that he expected to enter the ring at 165.
Wow. Rehydration is a beautiful thing.
Right now, his feet just look a little too everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm at all. He's moving, but he's still looking frantic like he was in the Garcia fight.
You have something sitting in the ring there. You see in Devin Haney's corner, you have Sugar Shane Mosley, and Haney's certainly not one to shy away from criticism. He said they linked up at the Ring Magazine Awards in January in London when Mosley offered some criticism, and that led to them working together.
Right now, I'm just thinking his feet is not under control. Look, they're erratic. They're moving everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm. I don't know what's going on. But he got Jose Ramirez in front of him. Why is he doing that? I don't know. We'll see how this unfolds. He had thrown nail jab.
He's limiting Ramirez's punch output, but at the same time, he's limiting his own. Neither man has really thrown a meaningful punch to this point in the fight because of the footwork.
And he just needs to flow. He just needs to flow. First start with that jab. Start at least getting a rhythm on that. He's an orthodox fighter, but he continues to move to the right.
Now he moves to the left momentarily, goes back to moving to the right.
He just needs to relax and calm down a little bit. It just seems like he's so erratic right now. He hasn't calmed down to let the fight start to happen.
Ramirez misses a wild right hand.
Perhaps not the biggest surprise that Devin Haney doesn't look sharp and comfortable in the early going. This is a career-long one-year layoff.
Why is he not jabbing? It's one thing to show your footwork, but use it to set up the jab. And that's the way you get started.
Now watch, every punch you throw is going to be so hard. Watch. Even the jab is going to be like a punch rather than just like something to set the guy up with. It's too frantic. Once he calmed down, the fight will then start.
Yeah, and you see Devin Haney's right foot, the Velcro is not tied. It is on the left, so I don't know if that's a fashion statement or just a mistake.
Can't be a fashion statement.
No, they just came apart.
Yeah.
Just came apart. He's just doing too much right now, bro. He got to relax and calm down if he wants to get in this fight.
It's only the first round. It's only one round. Whatever questions we had about what he did in that round, maybe they'll be answered in the next. But step one is fix the right shoe.
Water. How do you feel when you grab the hold to it? Soft. Okay, good.
Well, I think Bill Haney just reached down and fastened the shoe. No, Mike, you don't think so?
It's supposed to be Velcro. The Velcro's supposed to stick. I don't know what's going on with the Velcro.
All right, double step. What I'm saying is keep him in the freezer. Feinting him in the freezer. He got to get set to punch. You got to get set to punch, but we got to relax. That's good. That was a way to come out and see him. Okay? Catch his timing. It's only the second round.
Bill, get that shoe. That was you want to call it out.
The Velcro on the shoe is still loose.
Hold on. Let's go.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Get that bucket.
Savoring a Knicks victory last night as the Knicks try to make their way through the playoffs, gain greater star quality in New York. Carl Anthony Towns, tremendous addition to the roster.
And a big boxing fan, Jim.
Good. We need big boxing fans. We need small ones too, but bigger better.
Yeah, Yeah, that was a tough round to score. Neither guy really did much work, and I had a 10-10, a rare 10-10.
I can say a lot, but I don't even know what sense it's going to make because I don't know what they did. I don't know the preparation. All I'm saying is he looks frantic. He don't look comfortable in the ring, and the fight hasn't started yet. I want to see him start boxing. Jab. Why he sit there a whole 30 seconds in front of the man, ain't throw nothing? I just don't understand.
Tarver getting fed up here.
Bro, the man got too much talent, too much ability, and I'm just not seeing it come out. You know you had a fight with this guy. Get your jab going first, and there you go. But he's still throwing his jab, anticipating something coming back. Look at his face.
Great, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. Easy, easy, let him go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
First of all, I think he should be the one. Good hook. I think he should be the one coming forward. Why is he retreating? This style is not going to get it.
I love your commentary, Antonio. I think you're right on top of this. He has landed one meaningful punch in the fight so far. He has put on a tremendous show of moving side to side for no particular reason.
Right there. He needs to stay right there. And don't be moving so much. Stay right there. There you go. Back on the bicep.
That was the first power shot I think I've seen all fight.
He's so worried about not getting hit. You see that? He's so
is
worried
this
about
a hangover from the Ryan Garcia fight?
He's not comfortable, Jim, in the ring. Not to my liking.
I mean, he's probably had 100 rounds of sparring since the Garcia fight. He's had his father talking to him over and over. But some things just stay in the consciousness and won't go away. And that was a nightmare.
Good right hand by Devin Haney.
Starting to get comfortable in the fight.
Again, those feet everywhere.
Turn. Hey, nice battle.
We'll be back to Times Square right after this. I believe you just saw the moment when they have finally decided to fix the right shoe of Devin Haney. And now they're putting tape around the place where the Velcro apparently is not attaching. So he now has
grab that mic,
a jerry-rigged right shoe. and just to double down on the point, they have jerry-rigged the left shoe also. So now Devin Haney has what amounts to new improvised footwear for the fight.
Well, let's hope they stay together and he has no issues with his footing.
It's certainly less distracting for the commentators. I had tremendous difficulty taking my eye off the Velcro strap as it continued flopping around.
Good hook.
Good hook. He's landed a couple of good lead left hooks in the fight.
But again, Jim, what I'm seeing is when he throw that hook, it's just one speed. He's going all out with every punch. I just want him to relax. Let the fight go. Good hook. Good combination.
Great.
You know, over these first two rounds, we've talked a lot about Devin Haney not throwing a lot of punches. Jose Ramirez is not taking advantage at all.
He's not. And I think Devin still think Ryan in there because this ain't an offensive, explosive guy. You know what I mean? You could probably exchange with him and get the better of it.
I mean, Ramirez continues to just stare at Haney. And I gave the last round to Devin Haney, actually, round two. But
if we're speaking Greek to you because you have not seen Ryan Garcia, you're going to see him in the next fight, the third main event of the evening. And if you have never seen Ryan Garcia before, get ready to appreciate blistering talent. Amazing to watch.
That was the best sequence for Devin so far in this fight. A jab and then the left hook off the jab.
And Devin might win this fight, but is it the way he wanted to win? Was it the performance? Did he show us something different that we can say?
One possible intended outcome of this entire promotion tonight is a rematch between Haney and Garcia. And it would be a huge fight, win it if it takes place.
Yeah, Jim, that's already a done deal. Contracts are signed, I'm told. That fight's going to happen in the fall, Haney-Garcia. But of course, they're going to have to win first. So nothing's actually done until it's done.
Good shot.
Oh, good hard right hand by Devin Haney. Best punch of the fight so far.
He needs to flow like that more. Just flow.
And Ramirez doesn't have the quickness to counter against something like that. You can see that Ramirez kind of winds up to throw a punch. His punches come in longer arcs. He landed there with a left hand. Haney holding on for the moment. But at the end of the day, Devin's shots are quicker.
I don't think Devin still has relaxed, bro. You'll see it in his posture. When he does, his feet won't be so. Good shot, though.
Comes to the zone this summer. The world's best players will be summoned together to decide the greatest club on earth. FIFA Club World Cup. Watch on DAZN from the 14th of June.
Well, it's been a great night so far, and tomorrow night there's more fight action for you. The face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, returns to DAZN tomorrow. He takes on William Skull for the undisputed super middleweight championship in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. That fight available to buy for you right here on DAZN.
I want to go to the FIFA World Cup. You guys want to go? What a phenomenal event.
Check this out.
We're back in Times Square, where Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez are facing off against each other, round 4 of a scheduled 12. An unusual first 3 rounds, somewhat lightened up by the odd footwork and strange shoe alignment that Devin Haney began the fight with. The third round brought us back to, or the third round brought us back to normal, and Haney's boxing advantage began to show up.
Absolutely, Jim, but so far this has not been a good fight. Jose Ramirez, more of the same of what we saw against Barbosa in November. He just seems slow to pull the trigger in there.
And missing when he does. You saw the miss with both the right and the left there. But Haney's still paying him respect, circling away, dodging with his footwork.
He's fought this whole fight with his back against the ropes. Devin Haney, moving off the ropes.
I mean, you see the punch that's there. Haney's only landed 9 power shots and only 4 for Ramirez.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, guys, but are we still watching the hangover from the Garcia nightmare a year ago?
You know what? I don't know what we're watching right now. I don't know what we're watching right now, but I know this young man has more ability and talent than this, and he's not what you would call producing like T.O. did. T.O. came in here, showed us a better form. I don't think this is it. And he still might win the fight. I'm just saying.
Your candor is brilliant and appreciated, Antonio. The truth is right.
He's anticipating. Good hook.
Good hook.
Look at everything coming from Ramirez. Look at Haney's face. He's anticipating these shots. That's not normal, bro.
Haney's only landed 5 or 6 meaningful punches in the fight, but most of them were lead left hooks.
If he threw his jab, everything with good right hand, everything would open up. Push off that back foot with that jab, get you some space in your combinations. Oh, good counter shot, uppercut. It's one shot at a time, though. There's a way to do it. I'm not saying he can't win tonight.
One shot at a time, but Haney is at least beginning to show you the breadth of his skills, the multiplicity of things that he can do in the ring. Seemingly beginning to relax after not having been relaxed in the first couple of rounds.
I'm not seeing relaxed, Jim. I'm not seeing relaxed yet.
I said beginning.
Well,
Look,
He's not there yet.
he's frantic. Like, why isn't he fighting in the center of the ring? He is the boxer.
all the same, I don't know if Jose Ramirez has landed one punch of consequence yet, has he?
So why would Haney be so frantic if we're not seeing what he's seeing?
That's a great question.
Jab, good. Step on it, double. Bruh, it's a way to do this.
That was a good job changing levels with the jab there.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, and a whole year has gone by. But it looks to me like a hangover from the Garcia experience a year ago.
You're thinking this is just ring rust? You're thinking this is...
No, not just ring rest, flinching. I mean, still having nightmares from, you know, the rocket left hooks that put him on the canvas.
If I ever seen anyone worried about what's coming back, I'm seeing it tonight. By Devin Haney's facial expression and how he's on the ropes. I like him in the middle of the ring.
Now we're talking about the same thing. Now we are in the same language. That's exactly what I think I'm seeing.
Okay, on the double step. When I step over there, you step over there. When you step right, give him a hard feint to see what he's doing, see if he's really ready. Okay? All right? The feint is gonna work, okay? Okay? Watch this. Hard feint like you're gonna do something. Sell it.
Antonio Tarver is counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown in this round.
Most importantly, I'm looking at Haney.
Yeah, this is certainly not the Haney that we saw win the Undisputed Championship at 135, shut out Regis Prograis, and beat Vasily Lomachenko, even if many did not agree with that scorecard. But again, I think a lot of the blame here also has to be placed on Ramirez. Haney's a counterpuncher. Ramirez also is not throwing many punches.
Well, we knew Ramirez coming in, he didn't really have fleet of feet. You feel me? He'll be right there in front of you. He'll bang with you, but he's not the type of fighter that's going to, you know, set traps and all that stuff, walk you into punches. He's not going to be that type of fighter.
Well, and particularly probably knows he's not quick enough to do that against Devin Haney. Haney can out-quick him, that's abundantly clear. Look at all the side to side. Oh, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. So he's preventing Ramirez from throwing any punches with his motion. But he's also preventing himself.
Good right hand. Good
there's some offense. Good right hand over the top, followed up with the left.
So you know what has been consistent tonight? Every time Haney let his hands go, you feel me? It's effective. But again, he's not letting his hands go with the rhythm and the timing that he should be using right now with Ramirez in front of him.
So throw 9 punches in a row and knock him out, right?
No, set that jab up and let it all come naturally. It all come together. You got to use that jab first. That's all. He's trying to knock the guy out with one punch.
Jose Ramirez not cutting off the ring at all. He's just following Devin around.
I would have Devin boxing, jabbing forward. Go forward and just keep pushing him. He's been on his retreat all night. I would like to see him press Ramirez.
Yeah.
It's a great point, Mike Coppinger. Cutting off the ring is a fundamental skill, and he has not even attempted to cut off the ring.
Yeah, and Jim, as you said in the first fight with Barbosa fighting out of range, we now see Ramirez reaching with his jab, reaching with his right hands, but Haney is not making him pay, is he?
Come on, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. Damn!
So, as the action continues, Emily has located Carl Anthony Towns.
Of the city, but have you seen something like this?
I've never seen something like this. This is something special for the city. I'm so happy that Times Square and the city gets to have this moment.
Yeah, do you have any predictions for the main fight tonight?
Yeah, you know, for me, being caught up in the playoffs, I haven't been able to see everyone's interviews, pre-workouts, everything, weigh-ins and all that. But the one thing I do know is that if Ryan Garcia could get that left hook down, I don't know if anyone in this sport can take that kind of punishment. So if he could get that left hook in, I think that he has a chance for success tonight.
We're going to see very shortly. Thank you so much, and let's go Knicks.
Appreciate it. Let's go Knicks. Yes, no.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're in Jose Carlos Ramirez's corner, where there ought to be some urgency at this point about the proper tactics for trying to reel in Devin Haney. Or maybe they're perfectly happy to let Haney do his footwork exhibition all night long and not throw punches.
Maybe that was the game plan to come in.
There's a lead left hook for Ramirez. Partially blocked by Haney. But at least he tried. One punch at a time for Ramirez. And no punches at a time for Devin Haney. That's a lot of what we've seen.
So far, the odds makers are looking correct with their 12-1, huh?
I don't think they saw it like this, though.
No, look, this is certainly not Devin Haney putting on a masterclass by any stretch.
Moments ago, you saw a perfect demonstration of Devin Haney's extremely fast hands with the left and the right, but he missed both punches. He didn't land one.
Relax. All they got to do is relax. Fight relax. That's it.
Ramirez now with a little cut under his left eye, probably from that jab.
Yep, a nick under the left eye.
Oh!
Ooh. Big hook by Ramirez.
He set that up, but he missed him by a little bit.
Yep. If Ramirez looked at the videotape of the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight a year ago, he should have come in thinking left hook all the way. He's thrown a couple.
He got a good left hand to the body he throws sometime. Haven't seen much of that tonight. That is combination punching. There you go, jab.
Ramirez is incredibly gun-shy in there.
How you think? Good shot.
Good body shot by Devin Haney. That's a good idea. More of them would be a better idea.
Good hook.
Good hook. Haney finally starting to deliver higher volume of punches, even though it's still basically one punch at a time.
Yeah, I'm thinking
not waiting 30 seconds between each punch.
I'm thinking this is their game plan. I think this is what they felt they had to do in order to, you know, avoid what happened in the Ryan Garcia fight. Move a lot, keep them off balance, but entertainment-wise.
Well, we're going to follow Jose Ramirez to his corner, where presumably they'll begin to work on the cut under the left eye. Robert Garcia, one of the premier trainers in the sport for a long time now, Oxnard, California. Older brother of Mikey Garcia, who was at one point a pound-for-pound contender. And now here's Mike Coppinger's scorecard to this point in the fight.
Yeah, the first round, that was a rare 10-10 round. Neither fighter did anything. And since then, Devin Haney, again, he's not really doing much. Ramirez is doing a lot less. I haven't seen Ramirez land one punch of consequence. So this has been smooth sailing so far for Devin Haney, even if he's not impressive.
Seconds out!
So, to our suggestions that this is not the best that Haney can be, it's conceivable, looking at Mike Coppinger's scorecard, that Bill Haney should say, oh, if we can win every round but one with no risk, why not? He's not risking much, but you've got him winning the rounds.
Yeah, he's definitely winning the rounds. He's landing when he do let his hands go. It's just not the rhythm, the timing, the execution.
It's not the star level fighting that Devin Haney was supposed to be producing at this point in his career.
Antonio, do you think it's by design that they see this as a confidence-building fight and then the next time out, or is that bad strategy?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just believe that maybe they thought Ramirez was bringing a lot more weapons than he is. And once you figure a guy out, 1 or 2 rounds, you should know what you need to do from that point on.
Well, if all goes according to plan, the next time out is against Garcia. And we'll see where Garcia stands in the last main event of the evening tonight.
Yeah, and I want to see Haney throw some uppercuts. Ramirez obviously front foot heavy.
It's one punch at a time, and it's the counter shots that Haney is doing that's got him winning this fight. But again, like I said, I know what it's supposed to look like, and I would like to see him be more present with his style. And you know, I don't know. I've seen him look a lot better than this one, personally. And I'm not going to keep beating the horn. I mean, he's winning this fight, but I expected a lot more, considering what he had overcame and everything. You know what I'm saying?
And also for Jose Ramirez, he's a guy that's been in a lot of action fights, but this is going to be his second consecutive fight that is pretty dull. That fight with Barboza also featured little action.
Yeah, styles make fights, and when you look at Ramirez, I think you need a guy in there that's going to come to fight, stand and fight, you know what I mean, for him to have his best moments.
Well, when I read my research on Ramirez, it suggested that he has a logical case for having been unfairly ignored and overlooked. But if you fight dull fights, that's a good way to get overlooked. People want to see entertainment value. That's part of the sport. That's why Ryan Garcia has so many social media followers, and so many people will be rooting for him here tonight in the next fight that we're going to see.
It's just not enough exchanges. And, you know, I just think, you know, Haney is winning the fight, but I don't know if he has a survival mentality right now, or, you know, he just wants to get this fight over with. I'll be disappointed if we don't see Haney back Ramirez up sometime before the night's over with.
Me too.
Times Square in New York. Unusual setting and a fabulous one for this great triple header of boxing taking place before our very eyes. And one of the wonderful things about boxing is the degree to which the royalty of the sport come back to gather to watch events like this and to be a part of events like this. The last couple of days, hanging out with the Bernard Hopkinses and the Mike Tysons and the Shakur Stevensons of the sport, all of them sitting together here at ringside tonight. That's a great concentration of talent. Oscar De La Hoya is in the house. We could go on and on, really. Antonio Tarver's right here at ringside with me.
I'm back, baby.
Seconds out.
There's a look at
Come on,
Shakur.
man, seconds out. Let's go. Hold up. Come on, man. Get that time.
Haney versus Ramirez, round 8. A fight low on meaningful action, high on strange tactics. Difficult to explain, at least for us so far. But clearly, Haney's winning it. And it reminds me of an old Larry Merchant phrase that I've used in the past. Win this one, look good the next time.
Yep. Sometimes that's the way. A W is a W.
Devin Haney is a fighter that's really vacillated between being exciting and being tactical. You know, the Lomachenko fight was an incredible fight, but not all of his fights have been.
All right, let him go, let him go, let him go. Come on, stop. Let him go. Back up, back up, back up.
Styles make fights. These two styles, maybe they would always conspire to produce this kind of thing, but that's not what we expected. We expected to see Devin Haney come in here and try to make an impression by putting pressure on Jose Ramirez. Right, Antonio?
Or just boxing beautifully. relaxed, showing your class, showing your class in this fight. That front hand should be more fluent. Not actually trying to knock him out with it, but tapping and touching him with it. You know, to keep him confused. Good shot, 1-2.
Good hard right hand shot.
But again, look at his back to the ropes. And
another lead left hook.
All he got to do is switch places.
You know, we got some nice weather tonight, thankfully. Fighting outdoors. Antonio, how do you think that might affect the fighters, if at all?
The weather isn't going to affect the fighters, for sure. No, it's just like a regular fight. Because it's not cold, it's nice out, so.
It's probably a little more humid here than it would be in an arena. In an arena, there'd be air conditioning. We are in a sort of summer heat storm here. It's not really hot, but it is humid.
Good shot.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia actually told me that he was a bit nervous about fighting outside. He said he does not like it.
I understand that.
Okay, now Devin did 2 jabs in the right hand. Good.
Remember Jack Johnson shading his eyes on the canvas in Havana after Jess Willard put him on his back?
I believe Billy Conn as well against Joe Louis at Yankee Stadium.
Round 14. Yeah.
Now it looked like a boxing match. Beautiful.
Conn and Lewis had a great routine for years. Where Billy Conn said, you know, I won the heavyweight championship against you, Joe. And he said, yeah, for 12 rounds. Not for 15.
Right.
Turki Al-Sheikh. Fantastic new figure in boxing. Putting forth every effort to regenerate global interest in the sport, to make the best fights possible, and the reason that we are here tonight. Owner of Ring Magazine, your employer now, Mike Coppinger. Your employer at Ring and your employer here.
That's right, that's right.
To all intents and purposes. Obviously, he does not yet own DAZN. Round 9 of a scheduled 12.
We just got a nice spray there.
Good work by Ramirez right there. Combination with Haney back against the rope. We got showered with the sweat in. Another good shot by Ramirez.
I think Ramirez is getting to the point of the fight now where he's going to need at least a knockdown.
All right, let him go, stop.
I think Ramirez may be getting to the point of the fight now where he might need a baseball bat. He's not getting anything done with his fists.
Nothing.
Well, we have Nick Khan at ringside here. Maybe we can get Triple H's sledgehammer.
There are sporting goods stores all up and down Broadway and 7th Avenue. We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket, but at the end of the day, it's boxing.
Good hook.
Another good lead left hook by Devin Haney.
Maybe the game plan was to slow the fight down and get my offense off when I want to.
It's interesting. We've seen Haney quite a number of times here tonight throw a lead left hook. You told me earlier, Antonio, as a southpaw, real skills, an Olympics fighter, a world champion at light heavyweight, that you never threw a lead right hook.
Well, I wasn't never successful. I didn't have a lot of success with my right hook. I was left hand dominant. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
I'm trying to hit you with the left.
It's all right if you got that kind of left hand.
Right.
Now we have multiple bees at ringside. We have some honey out here, Antonio.
I don't know. They trying to bite us though. Good jab, good 1-2.
I want to see Haney turn Ramirez one of these times.
Good hook. I want to see him back him up one time. One thing, though, he didn't take any punishment so far tonight. A big difference than the last fight against Ryan Garcia. And I think if he can get out of here without getting hurt, knocked down, or cut, it's a success.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will be part of history tonight.
Unique transportation to bring the fighters to the ring across town from a little bit east of here. Rolly Ramirez will be arriving in this car for the main event. And these are the wheels that will be bringing the dynamic and charismatic Ryan Garcia over. Cop, what kind of an opponent for Ryan Garcia is Rolly Ramirez?
Rolly Romero, he's a very awkward fighter.
Rolly Romero,
unconventional. He's a big puncher, but we're going to see what kind of power he has at 147. He was quite a puncher at 135, and that title victory at 140 was a knockout of Ismael Barroso. Quick stoppage, very controversial, Jim.
Come on, man, check us out.
Round 10 of a scheduled 12. Devin Haney in the black trunks. Jose Carlos Ramirez in the white.
All right, breaks. Come on.
Trunks tell you that Ramirez is from the raisin capital, Fresno. They have a lot of other agricultural produce there.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, he's been a big advocate for the farm workers there. He's a great guy, one of the most polite fighters out there. And this was kind of a heated promotion. Devin Haney was talking a lot of trash to Jose, both at the press conference and at the weigh-in, Jim.
And did Jose fire back?
He did fire back, but it's really not his nature, you know?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally for him.
Yeah, Devin Haney was telling him over and over, I'm going to hurt you. But so far, I don't think he's done that.
And I don't think that's been Devin Haney's past character either, really. That's more in line with Ryan Garcia. And it's part of what fans love about Ryan Garcia, his verbal aggressiveness.
Sometime in fights, my trainer used to tell me you got to hold your ground. You feel me? Don't back up. Hold your ground. And I think Devin hasn't he hadn't held his ground tonight. Even though he's winning a fight, I don't think he's held his ground.
Well, he's not backing up exactly. He's just constantly moving laterally, making it impossible for Ramirez to throw a meaningful punch, while at the same time, he's mostly not throwing meaningful punches either. Every once in a while, a lead left hook will land. Sometimes a combination, but by and large, Devin Haney hasn't shown much of his skills here tonight.
Not a lot of his offensive skills. And I think it's, like I say, he's moving laterally. Every time Ramirez comes remotely close to him, he's out of there. And I've seen Devin Haney a lot more relaxed than this. And he got to just calm down. He just got to calm down and get back to the basics.
We're about 27 blocks south of a place called Victor's Cuban Cafe, where back in the 70s and 80s I used to dine with Roberto Duran. There's Connor Benn. who was in a tremendous fight last week in England against Chris Eubank Jr. There's Shakur Stevenson, regarded as one of the great defensive artistes of the sport at this moment. Watching to see perhaps a future opponent for him. And there's Edgar Berlanga, who couldn't get past Canelo Alvarez, though he gave it a spirited effort. There's Claressa Shields, who has something of a social media disagreement with Ryan Garcia. Not unusual.
She has disagreements, Jim, with a lot of people.
Claressa? Well, she's a fighter. Through much of her career, the #1 woman fighter in the world.
Fantastic fighter.
Claressa is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. Devin is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. There are a variety of other top fighters who abide by Conti's conditioning regimens. Conti is a serious target for Ryan Garcia on social media, partially because of the relationship of the Haneys to Conti. Garcia has gone far enough to say that he believes Conti was the villain behind the New York State Athletic Commission agreeing to reduce his victory over Devin last year to a no decision, no contest, because of the failed performance-enhancing drug test.
Hey, don't hit him, don't hit him, hit him.
Yeah, Jim, when I spoke to Ryan Garcia at his training camp in La Jolla, he was still upset about the suspension. He was calling it an injustice, Jim.
Well, he's unabashed in claiming that Conti, who has, of course, a scurrilous history with regard to performance-enhancing drugs, but spent time in prison, changed himself, has been a part of the whole VADA revolution in the sport as an advisor to VADA. Ryan is unabashed in saying, oh, no, Conti's still cheating. There's no real concrete evidence of that. It has not turned up in tests.
None at all. But look, Ryan Garcia is an emotional guy, and when I interviewed him, he did acknowledge, yeah, I don't know where the substance came from, being Austrian, but he swears he doesn't know where.
Yo, watch that camera, man.
Round after round, pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
Not a moment of drama so far in the fight.
You can't stay out the way, you're going to have to step back, man, all right?
¿Qué pasa, no? Hágamelo, caponé. Vamos, José, con todo.
¿Cómo se siente, señor?
Very good.
Yo, last round, just
Vamos, Este es el último round, José, con todo. Vamos, tienes que cerrar.
I want you to, all right? I want you to use your double step going both them ways, okay? Right? Okay. This is where he's going to come. But listen, when on the double step is when he's off balance, okay? So that's when you tap. Alhamdulillah, okay? All right? Listen, don't give him nothing here. This is here. This is here. This is here.
It would be almost impossible for anyone to take a nap here in Times Square in this setting, amid this kind of activity, et cetera, et cetera. But if ever a fight between two high-quality fighters was capable of inducing a snooze or a nap in Times Square, this might be it.
Yeah, certainly not a fight to remember.
Now what's important is they go back and put this fight under the microscope, be honest with themselves, and see where the improvement needs to be before, you know, they get ready for Ryan Garcia.
I mean, where does Jose Ramirez go from here?
Well, put him in there with the type of fighter that can make a good fight, then, you know, we'll see. But it's going to have to be an aggressive fighter, a fighter that comes to him and that's willing to fight.
Here's a piece of evidence to support what we have been saying and trying to say in our own words all along. According to CompuBox, this fight is threatening, is at least within range of potentially setting a record for the least punches thrown by both fighters in a 12-round fight in any division.
That was Wilder Parker, and I'm not surprised because of the action, the little action we've seen tonight. I expected a whole nother type of Devin Haney coming back with everything to prove, and I was excited to see this young man put on, but hey, he'll get the W and move on, and hopefully he can have a better performance the next time.
I'm so thrilled to say that I watched Wilder Parker, and now I've gotten a chance to call this one. So I have a really great resume in this kind of fight, right?
You was close to both, huh?
At least for Wilder Parker, I was on a sofa. Okay.
Right.
And at least in Wilder Parker, Parker really hurt Wilder badly late in that fight. So there was some action.
Oh, it was some action, yep.
Shocking. Nobody has hurt anybody in this fight, with 45 seconds to go in round 12.
Well, look on the bright side, Jim. There's no fans here in attendance except for the VIPs, so there's not going to be any booing, I imagine.
They booing from home, though, probably.
Neil Leifer is across the ring working as hard as ever to get a great shot of Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. A memorable, iconic photograph, like his photograph of Ali standing over Liston. Not gonna happen, Neil.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
Seriously.
You better not jump on the top rope.
Well, there's a big heavyweight fight on the horizon. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois will clash once again after Usyk won the first fight by stoppage. There is still debate, though, over that first fight in 2023. Was it a low blow? Was Usyk unfairly given time? Well, they will settle the score this summer. This time around, it will be for the undisputed heavyweight title. It's Saturday, July 19th from Wembley Stadium. It's going to be a big one and live on DAZN.
Antonio, great heavyweight moment coming. Usyk versus Dubois, both fighters hot in their careers coming in. Who do you like?
Most definitely, both coming from a big high. Man, that body shot was questionable in the first fight. And Dubois was that close to becoming heavyweight champion. So he got a chip on his shoulder. He's already told Usyk he's going to get what's his. So I can't wait for that fight.
Tremendous motivation for Dubois. But logic tells you he will be thinking knockout and trying to end the fight with one or two big shots. And that may not be the best way to corral Alexander Usyk, who has great movement and terrific boxing skills.
Most definitely. He would have to definitely try to set that punch up. But again, if he makes it a fight, and Usyk has the best feet in the game at heavyweight, he'll have to learn how to cut the ring off and have Usyk stuck somewhere for more than 5 seconds.
Is Usyk in your pound-for-pound top 2, 3, or 4?
Most definitely by his accomplishments. He beat Tyson Fury, you know what I mean? He did what he had to do, undefeated. And then the fact that he's undisputed in a couple weight classes, you got to tip your hat to him.
Absolutely. Alexander Usyk. Full-page CompuBox numbers for Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. A total of 503 punches thrown between the two fighters. Desultory. 40 punches landed for Ramirez, 70 for Haney. That's probably the difference in the fight.
Are we saying, and it's a 12-round bout.
And particularly the fact that Haney landed 45 power punches by CompuBox count and Ramirez only 17. So we're probably looking at a solid, relatively lopsided decision for Haney, but not anything memorable for either of the two fighters. Here's Michael Bumper.
Fury Times Square. Judge Mark Constantino and Glenn Feldman both have it the same, 119-109. Kevin Morgan scores at 118-110. All three judges have it. Unanimous 4. Still undefeated, and he is Devin the Dream Haney.